When taking a picture, make sure you don't have things or people that distract from the subject. Sometimes you can't help this. For example, in this picture you can see that somebody's head was in the image. You can remove the head because there's nothing around it. You've probably seen the tools advertised that do this. Basically, what it does is take a section of the picture where the person isn't there and overlays it over them. Now, taking people out of an ocean or against a plain background is easy. If, in this case, the head had been over her foot, there's no way to recover the foot from the other side of the head. So keep that in mind when you're taking pictures. It's best to move things out of the way if possible. If not, try to crop the image so that they're not in it. If you can't do that, the best you can do is to hope that you can take some of it out in post-processing or highlight the subject more so that they stand out from the image. People can get distracted in the image that you're taking and be looking in different directions, which makes for an interesting image, but not what you were really looking for. To get around that, for me, I usually take a lot of pictures in a row. Sometimes I'll leave the shutter open on the camera so that it clicks and clicks and clicks. That way I can get things that normally wouldn't be seen. And I'll talk about this more in a later video. In this case, the best you can do is just wait for them to not be distracted, to have the other photographer or whoever distracted them be done with what they need to, so you can get them to focus back on you and you can take the picture. Light can cause its own distractions. In this photo, you can see that the light is bouncing off of the veil. It takes away from the flowers, it takes away from the bride, it hides her to an extent behind that veil, which, if that's what you're looking for, is great. I would want to see the bride and I would want to see the flowers more. So this isn't a possibility where you could have two images and let the bride choose which they like better, or just give both images to them. But this is something that can only be fixed in post-processing unless you can change the light or remove the veil. This is an example of what you can do in post-processing to bring back the flowers, bring back her. The veil is still there. You can tell that she's still got a veil around her, but it's taken more toward the background so that that isn't what you see when you look at the image. You see her, you see the flowers. Now, in the previous video, I also talked about what happens if you're using cell phones. Cell phones are not made for making 8x10 pictures. Their format is different, which basically means you want a little bit extra material around your image, a little more at the top and a little more at the bottom, so that that can be cropped away without losing anything important from the image. You can still get an 8x10. The image size that you're going to get out of a phone, unfortunately, doesn't make for a very good end table photograph. I hope you found this informative. I hope it gave you some ideas of things that you could do. If you did, please like it, subscribe. We're going to get into things about posing, different things that you can do when taking pictures, like I said, taking multiple pictures in a row, and things that can only be done in post-processing, but you can set up with your photos so that they can be easily done in post-processing. Thank you for watching.